Say no to an empty home screen like this and instead include widgets like this, which really enhances your overall experience. So over here we have the battery indicator of the S24 Ultra as well as the S Pen. With this widget you can have a bird's eye view of all your Samsung devices. So if you head to settings, over here we have the layout of it, and there are also devices to show. Here is where you can configure which one you want to show, whether is it your watch, your Galaxy Fit, your ring, your buds, all of it can be configured. So you also can reorder all of these devices to see how it's presented on your home screen. Okay, so now let's head back. Right now the look of the widget is a white background. If you want to change it to a dark one, you can also choose to do so. This is a better contrast than the white one. And at the bottom, if you wish to increase the transparency of a widget, you can just slide this across. I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, once you are done with the settings, you can save it. Overall, this is a very handy tool. You don't have to go to the settings to see the battery level one by one. Okay, so now I'll show you the dual clock. Right now we have the Bangkok time on the left as well as the Chicago time on the right. So each of these have been configured to show their night and day mode. So right now we are in Bangkok. So if you want to change it to a different time zone, you can do so. You just have to tap on change. And from Bangkok, it becomes Singapore. This is very useful if you're trying to keep track of different time zones in different cities. And if you just head over to the settings, over here you can also change the first city and second city. And the subsequent steps will be the same as before. Okay, let's head back. And at the bottom, the background color, you can choose to activate the day and night colors. So if you turn it off, it will just be a white background. We'll just turn it on because it's a better representation of the time zone over at those cities. I have to say I've used this quite often, especially when my family or friends are overseas and I want to keep track of their time zone. Okay, so now let's head over to the next widget. This is a shortcut to the YouTube app. I would say it's quite a big widget, but let me break it down for you. At the top, we have a search bar, and next to it is the microphone, and then we have the home page, the shorts if you are familiar with it, and also subscription library page. So by just tapping on any of those, it brings you to the features right away. If you tap on the search bar, it brings you to the search bar on YouTube so that you can type in your search term right away. If you tap on home page, it also brings you directly to the home page. So there is no additional steps that you have to take when you head over to the YouTube app. This widget takes up a lot of space, so if you need it, then you can add it in. Right now, it is a calendar countdown widget. So over here, you can set an event and then it will actually do the countdown for you. Right now, we have a graduation that is coming up in 24 days. So it really gives you a very clear view of when the event is happening. So over here, we are seeing that on the 28th of February, we have a graduation event coming up. Okay, so you can change this event accordingly. All you have to do is just tap and hold on it, tap on settings, and over here, if you tap on this event, you can get more details on the event itself. But if you want to change it, then it'll be a different option. Let me show you. We just head back and you just tap on change. Then over here, if you have upcoming events, any other events that have been added to your calendar already, here is where you can tap on it and it will do a countdown to that particular date. Okay, and at the bottom, you have the same settings, background color, transparency. I typically use these to keep track of upcoming exams and birthday parties. Okay, now moving on to the next widget, we have this Chrome Dino. So this is just a simple game you can use to play on your Chrome browser. So those of you who have been using Chrome on desktop, you might be familiar and have seen this before. So you just tap on it. So you just tap on Dino to play. So once you tap, it will actually jump. So you have to jump over the cactus. So I failed in the first cactus. So this is a game that you can play when you are bored to just pass time. Okay, so now we can also have a look at the next widget. This is a reminder widget that gives you a quick look of what is the task that is going on for that day. If you want to complete the task, all you have to do is just tap on it. So I'll just proceed to do so. And there you go, it has a tick mark and it falls under the completed category. If you want to restore the reminder, you can also do so. Now, you're not limited to just viewing reminders or tasks. You can also add new reminders by tapping on the plus icon here. And at the top, you just key in what is the title of the task. We're just going to go with an example called Big Mom. At the bottom is where we can put in the time and date of the event so that the app knows when to remind us. Okay, we'll save it. And there you go, it has been added to this widget here. So it's a very easy, seamless way to add new reminders, view reminders as well. And if you have reminders that are of different categories, here is where you can select, filter them to have a better view of that reminder in the widgets. Okay, so now that we have seen how versatile this is, let's proceed on to the next widget. So this is the Notes widget. Here is where you can take notes very easily. There is a wide range of options for you to get started with the note-taking process. You can even use the voice memos right away. So once you tap on it, it starts the recording, and at the bottom is where you can type in text. So this is very useful when it comes to recording someone's speech or even a presentation. Okay, so I'll just proceed to stop this recording, and it has been added to our notes. Anytime we want to refer back, we can do so. We can also add in text at the bottom. Okay, let's head back. So there are also other options like drawing. So over here, if you want to do a quick sketch, it's where you can draw something very quickly and add it to your notepad. This works like any other sketching tool where you have access to the highlighter, eraser, Galaxy AI, all of these features that are present in this notepad. Alright, so let's also have a look at some of the other options. We also can go for the text option. So this is purely just a simple note-taking process where you key in text. Alright, so now that you have seen quite a number of widgets, all of these are very interesting. Now let me show you how you can set up these widgets. Tap and hold on home screen and select widgets. And over here you have access to a wide range of tools, apps, where you can configure those widgets. So earlier on we had the countdown widget. It is under the calendar category. So this is where you can add it in. And at the bottom there are also other options for you, be it a list, a month and today kind of view to add it into your homepage. There is also the camera option, so I didn't show this earlier, but you can custom the camera that you want to put in. At the top is mainly the title on the widget, but what's interesting is the starting mode. Over here you can select the rear or front camera, and at the bottom you want a video, a pro video. Any of these modes you can select it such that whenever you select the widget, it opens up that photo mode. Okay, let's head back right now. We'll have a look at some of the other widgets. So under ChatGPT, we can just select it. So this is pretty much similar to the YouTube widget. So under Chrome, we have Chrome Dino. That is where we added the game earlier on. And also for digital well-being, here is where you can see your screen time very easily from your home screen. So with this long list of options here, you really can configure any of these apps to show it in your homepage. Even for internet, you can have a search bar, some of your commonly used bookmarks. All of this can be configured to your convenience, and under Notes we have the Note shortcut as well as the Note creator that we saw earlier. Alright, so there are many options for you to choose from. And under Maps, you can also have a quick look at your traffic. So this is a nearby traffic around your current location. It may be a bit draining on the battery because you have to turn your data and your location services on. So it's just dependent on whether this will be useful for you. So you have seen quite a number of widgets. I hope you like it and you may go ahead and implement them.